Today's episode of the Just Keep Swimming podcast is brought to you by Audible. Audible is an online audiobook and podcast service offering over 10,000 books and the ability to listen to your favorite podcasts, including the Just Keep Swimming podcast. I personally use Audible all the time and suggest you take a listen to Intentional Living by John C. Maxwell. In this book, Mr. Maxwell shares his story on how he was able to live a noble and purposeful life and gives you tips and tricks so you can do the same. So please start your 30-day free trial now at www.audibletrial.com/JKS podcast, all lowercase. Again, that is www.audibletrial.com/JKS podcast. And if you have any more questions or concerns for the Just Keep Swimming podcast, you're always welcome to reach out to us on Facebook or at Instagram at Just Keep Swimming _podcast, or you can email us at jkspodcast702@gmail.com. And with that out the way, let's dive into it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the Just Keep Swimming podcast. This is your friend, your boy, your host, Mr. Adrian Jackson, and we back at it again with another great episode for you. And you already know who I got with me. It's the man, the myth, the legend. It's Mr.
Toi.
Smooth.
Yes, sir. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, bro. Just another week done, you know what I'm saying? Just ready for the weekend. Got some more flag football to go. But that's going downhill as well, too. Or that's, we're past the mid-season, so I think it's like 3 weeks left or so.
Oh, that's not bad.
So, yeah, I'm halfway through my working everyday marathon.
That's good.
Yeah, man. So I can't wait for it to be over with.
Shoot.
Yeah, get ready for this cruise, so I can't wait.
Oh, you going on a cruise?
Yep, in November.
Oh, shit. I didn't even know.
Yep, mid-November, we out of here.
Where are you going?
We're taking off from Cali, from LA, so we just drive to Cali. I think we're going to I think we're going, it's only a few days, so we leave Sunday. Monday we're going to some spot in Cali. I don't know the spot's called. I'm not gonna try to butcher it. The second day I think we're supposed to go to Ensenada, Mexico. And I think the third day is like a day on the boat. And then the fourth day, that Thursday, we should be back. We come back about Thursday.
Well, that's it.
Yeah. And then I took Friday off for the hell of it.
Sure.
So, yep. So, the only thing I'm doing that week is I have flag football Saturday, the Saturday before and the Saturday when I get back. But that ain't nothing, though. That's
Took the whole week off.
Yeah, exactly. I took the whole week off. Yep. So, now I got no PTO, but hey, fuck it.
Yeah. I mean, that's where I did. Just took a little... took today off and Tuesday off since Monday's a holiday. So just get that 5-day weekend just to relax. Got my hair retwisted this morning and then had that whole fiasco with the battery.
Right.
So, yeah, I was like, that's hella random. I walked up to my car, put my hand in the little door thing and it didn't unlock. I'm like, the fuck? Open the door, try to start the car, nothing.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, okay, all right, well, time to spend like $200 something on a new battery.
Yeah.
So it was crazy too. So this past week, I was probably like Wednesday or something like that. I came home and opened the door and I smelled like rotten eggs.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, is that a gas leak? So, me, mom checking by the water heater and the gas line and stuff like that. Nothing's tripping or anything. And I kind of smelled hints of it. Didn't know that, what was wrong with my battery. It was expanding.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
And it gave like the rotten egg smell.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's crazy. That was my car the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say that's the rotten eggs as well because it's like electrical as well. It doesn't have to be gas. It's electrical too.
I'm like, thank God I was able to get through the week and before any of that happened. So.
Right, exactly. Last thing you want is be leaving work and your shit dead. Now you stuck at the office. That hurts your feelings.
Hey,
that makes you scream, no, why can't I leave? Stop taking my time.
That's why I always got jumper cables, though. Stay prepared. Have it and not need it to need and not have it.
Exactly. I stay with jumper cables all the time.
Yeah.
I got 2 pair of jumper cables, my real talk. So, yeah. But cool, bro. No, I'm glad everybody's going good, though. Hope everybody out there listening is having a great day today as well, or a great week or month or whatever the hell you want to do. So we had a cool little episode for you guys today. We're not gonna make it super long because we're busy, but yeah, I think we had a good topic. So recently I've been listening to the book entitled Dr. Joseph Murray, by Dr. Joseph Murray, The Power of the Subconscious Mind. And as I was driving over here, the chapter he was talking about is pretty much how to hear your gut or listen to your gut. And I was thinking like, I think that would be a cool topic right there. Definitely for a cool, quick topic. So I kind of just wanted to, touch on you and see, compare our differences on how we, hear our gut. But my first true question I want to start off is, when did you first learn to start trusting your gut? That's my first true question. Like, when did you learn to start trusting your gut?
I'd probably say I'm still in the process of like trusting it. And I mean, with my beliefs, it's like the gut's kind of closely related to like the Holy Spirit.
Right.
So I mean, for me, it's like kind of understanding God's voice, but it's not necessarily as a voice. It's like a knowing. So rather, and I'm starting to understand that like when I'm starting to understand when to trust it, by when it's something, like I said, you just know, you just got that feeling of like, oh, this is what's happening or whatever. That's as opposed to like overthinking it and psyching yourself out.
Right.
It's kind of like common scenarios, like, driving, stuff like that. And you know how you're just driving and sometimes you're kind of get into like that flow where you're not necessarily
realizing
present. You're just driving, but then something just kind of throws you off and it kind of just brings your attention to the present moment like automatically. And it's like, oh, this dude's about to like cut in front of me or something like that. And it may not even be as obvious as like a dude speeding, but you can just have that knowing, that feeling of something's going to happen. And then, you kind of prepare for it. And the next thing you know, whatever you quote unquote knew was going to happen, it just happens.
Yeah. No, I love it. And I think, so you actually said one of the main points that he talked about just now. He was like, you have to be still and be open. You're not really going to hear your gut in that moment where you're mad, you're angry, you're frustrated, or where you have just so much going in your mind and you're stuck in your thoughts. Like the only time, I'm sure you do hear your gut during moments like that. Definitely with extreme safety comes to the play or something like that. Life or death comes to the play. I'm sure you can be frazzled and all of a sudden someone will snap you to take your attention that way.
Right.
And you forget what you was even mad about because something real life just happened. So I'm sure that's the way too, but he was like, if you want to hear your gut on a more regular basis, or like you said, as you would say, the Holy Spirit, or your spirit, or the universe, whatever you want to call it out there in the world, he was like, one thing you have to learn to do is quiet your mind, because we have what they call monkey mind, and our minds are always jumping around, swinging and throwing shit, literally. Yeah. And nobody get that. Monkeys throw shit at people. Okay, but I was like, I'm watching Animal Planet, but he was saying that you have to literally learn to calm your mind, and sometimes the best way to do that is to get into the moment that you're just in right now. Like, feel the drive of your driving. You know what I'm saying? Feel the road, feel the steering wheel in your hands, feel the bumps, the AC. Listen to the road, whatever it is. And then that's when you come to the point where you zone out, but then that's when you hear that answer you've been looking for maybe a situation you've been working on.
Yeah.
So me personally, to answer the first question, what I just explained will kind of make sense of why my answer it is. I think I learned to trust my gut playing football. I had a lot of times playing football where I knew what they were about to do. And I don't know if because it was film session, I'm sure it was film, but I remember this feeling before high school even started, before I even started watching film, where it was times where I'm in, the play is about to snap, and I know they're about to run in my way. It could be a sign that the quarterback looked to the left twice or something, or, the guy scratches his leg when he runs to the right. Who knows what it could be? But it was always, I had real, good football intuition, and I never understood why. But now, as I'm listening to the book and stuff, and, just what I explained, I'm in the moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about school, what's going to be for dinner when I get home, damn, I'm grounded right now, I can go home and play video. No, I'm playing football right now, and that's all that I'm doing right now. And that's when you get to the point where you know what's about to happen with the play. I think they're going to run this way. Let me stay home. Let me not chase. Or shit, sometimes be like, let me chase because he's not coming back. It's not a reverse. It's a fake reverse. Whatever the case may be. I feel the same way in basketball, and that's how people do. I feel like, yes, skill comes to play, but a lot of the no-look passes and stuff, and you know that the no-look pass is coming, sometimes that's your gut, you know what I'm saying? Be ready for the pass. You see the times of people down there, give me the ball. And you be like, they're not getting the ball because they're asking for it too hard. But a lot of times when they're just running and you feel the flow of the game, you know that, the ball's coming my way in any second round. Let me just be ready, keep doing what I'm doing, run my course still, and it's going to come my way.
And I can say I kind of agree with that too, because I definitely feel I detached from my gut, from my gut between high school and college, but definitely in sports, because it's you're just playing,
you're present,
you're in that flow state of hey, you're reacting the best way you can, and your body just moves with it. I could say the same thing with gaming too, especially when I was starting to play fighting games competitively and stuff like that. When you're so engrossed in the moment, there's nothing else that's on your mind at the moment. You gotta stay present in the moment, and that's when it's oh yeah, you may have just gotten the advantage to get them on the knockdown, and it's okay, well, I feel it's not even I feel, it's just, again, I just know that they're going to get up and just start attacking straight away. So let me just back up, let them fuck up, and then let me just take a punish. Or, when we're playing Apex and stuff like that, when we got to retreat or start pressing and things like that. In the middle of the fight, it's okay, well, something else is
something is wrong. Yeah, something ain't right. We gotta get out of here. I feel that. I feel that fully. Okay, well, I think we did that last night. Actually,
we did.
We were playing in a match, and it wasn't the fight was taking too long. It just something didn't feel right about that fight. Yeah. So we was yo, let's just get out of here. We just took off. You know what I'm saying? And then I think a few moments later, another team rolled up, or all hell broke loose to where we just were. You literally hear the shots and everybody going off. I'm glad we got out of there when we did. So now we ahead of the pack, and they have to come to us at some point. So yeah, I love that, man. Yeah, and it's crazy. It's so hard to explain. I've been trying to listen to this book recently. I've been really trying to just get more in touch with my gut in all aspects of life. So that's when I've really been trying to truly just at night sit still. And, if there's an answer I'm looking for, I try to think of the answer. Or not even try to think of it, but try to just let go and let the answer come to me. Right. And then if I feel like it's not coming to me, it's kind of okay, well, it's going to come, but don't force it, though. Don't twist your wrist trying to make it happen.
Right. I think something that helps me realize that I just need to, go with the flow with things is I tend to underestimate my gut when it comes to just social situations in general. For example, the amount of how in tune I am with the situation of the world when somebody's venting to me about some things. I'm just sitting there, I'm literally actively listening, nothing else on my mind, and them just telling me what's going on. And I'm able to just kind of discern the situations and maybe ask a probing question or something like that. But after what's all said and done, and it's time for me to kind of give my response, it's okay, well, I just gotta let my mouth go.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, and I feel that fully. So and you hear me all the time. I'll use the term something that just popped in my head, or something that I just kind of thought about, or something I thought about earlier. You know, it's kind of like I'll let you know that I originally wasn't thinking this, but this kind of just popped in my head and something's telling me to say it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how I know that I need to trust my gut. Like the conversation we had last week about the show and stuff, peep game, watch out, foreshadowing, about the show and stuff and the idea for the first episode and everything. And, you know, my gut, something in my mind was telling me, oh, you're great to kick him off or whatever. But at the same time, I was like, no, just be patient. You know, the gut was telling me, just be patient, see what happens. You have no idea where this conversation is going to go.
Yeah.
Just be patient and listen. And actively listening, I feel it gives you better responses all the time.
It does.
It really helps you give you a better response because, you know, sometimes I feel like you said, this is probably not me talking right now. This is probably like the spirit really taking over and telling you what you need to hear using my mouth.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And you feel it too as you're speaking. Like,
you don't know where the idea came from.
Yeah.
You know, but it's there and it's like solid. And you're like, this is a solid idea, but I don't know how I thought of it. Mm-hmm. You know? So
I'll be using that just in, again, just social situations, especially when I just get into the groove of it. You know, just picking up on, I can't focusing on picking up cues. I just need to be there, and then I naturally just kind of pick up the cues in general and be able to act off of it. Or some they're not feeling well. Their energy is just kind of off. Let me say something to just check in on them and things like that. So and that just comes from just, again, like I think you said it the best earlier, is like being still and just letting things happen and come to you with all in the same moment.
Right, exactly. Like don't force it, don't fight it. Sometimes it's just like let it happen and flow, and then it'll work out perfectly. Because, you know, back to the story of the conversation, the whole episode idea, I'm sure it switched and worked into your favor that you wouldn't even think it was going to happen like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's one of those right there that you thought something was happening and your mind was driving you crazy thinking it was going to happen. But then when you step back and just trust whatever, the universe, God, the spirit, your gut, whatever the case may be, it works in your favor. Yeah. And you're like, damn, it worked in my favor better than I thought it would.
Because when I called you a couple days before we had that talk, you didn't pick up. And you didn't hit me back until like the next day or something like that. And then we just had to discuss that, hey, we gotta talk on Friday as opposed to whatever day before, on Sunday. And I feel like that just gave me the time to just kind of let things go.
Relax it, yeah. Because if you would talked in that moment, you would probably had a whole different mindset at that time. But you'd be able to step back and just, you know, hear what you need to hear and feel what you need to feel. And it turned out it worked out in your feelings, you know, or it worked out in your favor.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I agree with that. So then now my second question I had for this episode, like I said, it's gonna be a short one, is how do you know if your gut or the spirit is talking to you? Like, what are some signs for you? And I know everybody's different, so that's why I'm asking Donovan specifically for herself. What's for you? What works for you?
You ever been in like a hyperbolic
time chamber? No,
like just a state of like high emotion or just intensity, and then there's just that. Then all of a sudden there's just that sense of calmness that comes out of nowhere. That's how I know when spirit's talking to me. Because I mean, naturally from the word itself, it's like he comes in peace. It's just, there's no anxiety or anything like that. It just comes in peace and calmness. So, and once I recognize that, everything else just kind of slows down, and I'm able to just be within the moment itself. And sometimes he may not even tell me to do anything necessarily, rather than just sit in the presence of it. And I don't know what he's saying per English and shit like that, right? But it's just, there's just like a sense of calm, and then also a sense of conviction that comes with it. And then it will just lead me to something that I didn't expect. Right. So that's how I usually know everything gets a little bit more crisp, calm, and just still. That's the only way I can kind of explain it. Yeah.
No, I understand. You know, like you said, everybody has their own thing. So, like, for me personally, I have two, actually. So one is, like, when I feel when I'm about to go do something that I shouldn't be doing, I feel my body start to act weird. Like, I feel more shaky. I feel more anxious, more nervous, more just tense in all aspects of life. Like, everything is stressing me out. Even the little things are stressing me out. And I've been learning to stop and see, like, what's associated with this stress. What is causing this feeling? And that's when I start to realize, okay, maybe I shouldn't go to the store right now, or maybe I shouldn't have that for dinner, or wherever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? The last true time I could truly felt it, like I know it was it, because I was gonna hang out with this we'll call it New York. I was gonna hang out with New York, and as I was heading there, it just didn't feel right. Something was just like, I don't know, I just didn't feel right. I was heading there, like, I felt like I didn't feel like I was being forced, but something just didn't feel right, you know? Right. And then as I'm heading there, I get a phone call on the way there. And then when I answered the phone, it was Jess on the phone. And then she was just calling me like, yo, hey, I'll let you know, I know you about to go hang out with New York, but I just seen her at dinner with somebody else. And I was like, what? And then it was like, I pulled over and I paused, you know what I'm saying? I stopped and I just heard her story, and I just hung up the phone, and I was like, I need to marinate for a second. And then as I'm sitting there thinking, the stillness hit. And then that's when it was like, yeah, no, not that, you know what I'm saying? Cause then it's like, I'll play with the two thoughts in my mind. Like, it's like, how do I say it? It's kind of like I have two pots of water, and it's like I touch one, and it's like, ooh, that's not right. But then when I touch the other thought, that feels good. So let me go with the one that feels good, because maybe this is where I'm supposed to go. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Every time I touch this water, I'm starting to shake and feel weird. But when I touch this water, I feel peace and relaxed. So let me touch this water. If that even makes sense. But
no, it does, because it's also interesting to kind of bring like another aspect into that, which I totally agree with you on that too. When something just doesn't feel right, like my body and my soul just don't.
It shakes, right?
It shakes.
Yeah, you feel it shaking. You try to pray it down, and it doesn't pray down. It's like it's shaking.
Yeah.
Until you change that decision of what you're about to do, and then once you change that decision, it's like.
But as you're contemplating that other decision too, sometimes it's like, yeah, it may be calm, but there also may be pain. Mm-hmm. But it's calm though.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not to say, and that's just saying, like, even choosing between the two decisions, the right one may still hurt, but that's still going to ultimately bring you peace at the end of the day.
Exactly. And that's exactly, I love how you explain it, because it's like, it's that calming pain. Like, damn, I hate to have to shut them down.
Yeah.
But, I'm hurting because I feel like a bad guy. I have to say no.
Right.
But I need to say no. You know what I'm saying? And then once you say that no, it's
clear.
It's clear, yeah. It's like, oh, damn, I don't feel bad. I don't feel as bad as I thought it was. Or, that was an easy Band-Aid to rip off. I thought it was going to be way more painful than that. I thought I was going to feel hairs ripping and everything. But that was an easy rip off. And then something else, too. After I make a decision, and it's something that first I start to, like, regret or, like, think about, I find it sometimes by the next day, I'll wake up and I'll be like, damn, that was only yesterday. It felt like it was weeks ago.
Right.
And that's how I know that, okay, I did the right move, because it doesn't feel recent no more. It feels like it was in the past. It was I'm way past this now, you know, and I have no idea how to feel it. But that's like for me saying, like, you made the right decision because you're not stressing off it no more. All that shit just left your body, and you don't know when it happened, because it feels so long ago. It was only 30 minutes ago, but it feels so long ago, and then so my other one I have is, like you said, just really just be still, and I pretty much accept what pops into my mind, definitely when it's allocated towards something. So sometimes, and it's hard to explain, so I'm gonna try my best to explain it. Sometimes I like a lot of my episode ideas, I'm watching a show, I'm reading a book, I'm listening to an audiobook, and somebody will say something, and whatever they just said will stick too damn hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this whole topic came off of this one guy's line. It was only one sentence he said this, but it stuck. And it was like, that was a powerful sentence for some reason. I didn't miss the last 3, 4, 5 things he said, because I'm still stuck on this one sentence. So that's when it's like, okay, I needed something that's about this. And now I'm getting to the point that I'll pull out my phone and write down my idea right then and there, because I'm scared that if it leaves, it's not going to come back.
Yeah.
Because, if you guys ever done a human design with Adam, everybody hears the spirit differently, and for me, and I have learned this over history of my time, and when he told me, I was like, damn, that makes sense. I'll have definitely for ideas, I will have the idea one strong time, and after that, it don't come back. I can't remember it. I can't piece it back together. Like it's mind-boggling surgery to try to figure out what the hell I was thinking earlier that day, or what I went to bed thinking that night, so it's like for me, I have to write it down now because it doesn't come back and tap me again and say, hey, you forgot about this idea. Like, no, right, it's gone. So that's how it works for me though. I get one and done, unfortunately.
Usually that's how that happens when I do poems. Because sometimes there's just something that's just so convicting that, you need to sit down and fucking write it down. Write it down and then expand on it. Like, you have this window of time to
make it work. Because if not, you're going to come back and it's not going to click right. It's not going to feel right. I feel that.
But I think it's something magical within that moment because, like, even though you can't come back to it necessarily to work on it, I feel like it still places something on your heart and changes something within it that you may not understand right away or ever again necessarily, but it just has a deep, profound impact on you.
I mean, and I feel because it's like you just did the right move at the right time. You know what I'm saying? It's like having a perfect parry in a video game, or it's like listen to GPS and you make the right hand turn right when it tells you to make the right hand turn, you make that turn. Yeah. And it doesn't say rebooting or retracking. It's like that feeling to know that I'm on the right path. Like it's like because after I write the idea down, I'm like, whew, that was fire. Yeah. That was fire. This is gonna be juicy, and it's like I'm excited about it, and it's kind of like a feeling of like, somebody threw me my pass and I finally caught it. I kept missing it, but I finally caught this bad boy. I ain't scored a touchdown yet, but I was able to catch it and I feel so much better. So now I'm like, okay, I can do that again. Yeah. And I can keep doing this, you know what I'm saying? So
it's like little nuggets of
it's little nuggets, life that you're going the right path of life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I know I'm on God's path of life right now.
I think it happened, there was something that struck me. I haven't gotten back to, I kind of listened to it yesterday actually when I was just doing work. But when I went to the dentist on Tuesday, the front desk lady, she put on music, and it was switching a couple times, and then it stopped on like this classical song. And I'm just sitting there, just on my phone, where I'm just listening, and there was a certain part that just played, and I was like, yeah, that's it. That's it. I could not go up and ask like, hey, what song is that? Right. And I'm like, that could be like a sample for something, and that's kind of something I was kind of looking for future beats and things like that to just kind of pick apart. But it's just that it's when something, like you said, something sticks with you, or something just pierces you to, again, just convict you to do something within the moment. Right.
Yeah, no, and that's the beautiful feeling, because like, so then that's when it goes to the third part of it now. That's when, it's not your gut is talking through other people or other aspects or other avenues, what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's the time too where I don't feel like talking to somebody, I want to walk away from the conversation, but sometimes I'm just telling them, just stay here a little longer. Yeah. And then they'll drop a nugget that I'm like, damn, I need to hear that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I need to hear that, or I need to feel that sense of you're not alone, or we're both going to situations, or shoot, shit. I feel sometimes as I'm driving, I'll be sitting here, definitely I'm back to El Camino again, and it's like, man, damn, I'm driving this car again. This took forever to get here. And then I look to the side and I see a lady walking, and it's like, you could be walking. And it's like, you're right, I could be walking. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let me find that peace again and be happy, be grateful where I'm at, Right. And I feel like that right there could be your gut saying, like, you being ungrateful right now is gonna mess up your blessings. You need to, even though you don't like this car you're doing, you could be doing that. So let's find some gratefulness, because that's gonna keep what you need to flowing in. Yeah. So yeah, just interesting topic I wanted to share with you and see what you thought about it. I was wondering if you had a quote maybe you would like to leave on this topic.
Let me see.
Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. He'll be plenty to that navel, and fuck. Sorry. Oh, I knew that memorized. I forgot it. I'll come back to it. What you got, though?
So this is something. This is it's ironic how you're talking about this topic, and I wrote this down on the way to church one day because it just popped into my head, and it was like all I can do is my best. God will complete the rest.
Yep. That's
just
it.
Follow spirit. Just follow your gut. Just be still.
Yep. Yeah, no, and I feel that to the fullest, bro, because I always think about, one of my favorite lines is, you were born with the most valuable tool in the world, and that is your mind. And once you learn how to truly access your subconscious mind, everything that you want will start to be lined up right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I've been learning for sure from a lot of these books. That's why you got to do the affirmations. You have to do the, your prayer life. You have to build your mind up to keep that positive in. And when the more positive you add to your mind, the more positive you add to your life. So me, paintbrush is the maker, your mind is the paintbrush of your life. You know what I'm saying? If you learn how to paint your mind right and keep your mind open to accept your gut feeling, to accept the spirit talking to you. Because if your mind is closed not to accept that, then it's never going to talk to you. It's going to stop talking to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that was an amazing story I heard. I can't remember what story it was, but it was a story pretty much talking about how this dude, I think it was the master and the servants. The master gave one servant, 5 talents. He turned it to 10. He gave one servant 2. He turned it to 4. But then he gave a servant another talent, and he never used it. And because he never used it, the master took the talent away. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's the same thing with the power of your mind, with the power of your, connected to the spirit and stuff like that. Like, I don't feel it ever be truly taken away. You can always reactivate it. But it's going to feel like it's gone if you don't use it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if like it's gone, you don't have it, you got to really learn to dig back into it and reactivate it.
It's a habit.
You have to make it a habit. It has to be a daily practice. You know what I'm saying? A daily practice. You can't just do it on Sunday and expect it's going to last you all week. You know what I'm saying? You have to refresh yourself every single morning. Every single morning you have to put that armor on. So, yeah, man, I love it, bro. But, anything else you want to add to this topic, sir?
No, that's it.
No. Okay, cool. I think that was an amazing topic. Everybody out there listening today, you already know I would love to hear, how do you guys hear their spirit? How do you know your spirit, your gut, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it? How do you know that it's talking to you? You know what I'm saying? How do you know that you're hearing your subconscious mind and it's not your thought? So please share to us, reach out to us on IG, on Facebook, or via email. And also make sure to check out 1-3's projects. I know he got something fired in the works for you guys.
Eventually.
It's on the way, you know what I'm saying? It's brewing. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little spark right now, but that spark is going to turn into a flame, and next thing you know, the forest is gone. Yeah. So, yes, everybody out there listening today, I hope you guys had an amazing day, a wonderful afternoon, a marvelous evening. Make sure to go get your Audible books via Audible if you haven't signed up yet. And of course, and always, remember to just keep swimming. Yes, sir. All right. And I shall talk to you next time.
No.